Hello. Okay. I think. Hi, Chris. Hello, hello. I think. I think. I think. All right. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So hopefully this works today. We've got some thunder in the area, which can knock me off my internet, so hopefully that works for today. And I'm so happy to see you all. And I want to remind everybody that if you see something on my page, especially on Facebook, that seems like it should not be there. Hi, Ann. That seems like it should not be there, of, you know, someone offering to cure you from a spell, or yeah, hi, Doris, I haven't seen you in so long. That, you know, we've had several, oh my goodness, so many things that were like, you know, people writing reviews on my page, like, that was all about spells and spammers and stuff. So if you have somebody that, you know, like is trying to use my page or comment here for something skeevy, please don't engage. Just don't engage. Feel free. And so I'm so happy to see you all. Hello, Chris. Hello, Anna. Hello, Doris. Hello, Lily. Hello, Anna. Anna, yes, we will do cards. That will be toward the end. So if you are new to joining us, yay! Where we start is with some channeled information, and boy, do they have some things they want to say. And we're going to start with some channeled information, and then we'll go to our cards of the week. We use several different decks, and then we'll do individual cards and questions and things at the end. So bear with me for about 10-15 minutes, and we will have some fun. So I'm so happy that you are here. I hope you are doing well with the new moon. I feel much better today. I know yesterday I was really tired, a couple days before, being into the new moon energy. This moon cycle, this new moon cycle, this is all about self-care. Okay, this is all about self-care. I want to say this, I'm going to say this like umpteen times. Self-care is self-love. It is not selfish. It is negligent if we are not taking care of ourselves. If you get on any airplane ever again, you may remember from being on airplanes pre-COVID that they'll tell you in the pre-flight stuff, they'll tell you, you know, put your oxygen mask on. If it drops in, put your oxygen mask on yourself before you put your oxygen mask on someone else. So it is really important that you are allowing yourself what you need. So for those of you who have followed me for a while, I had hurt my knee back in January of 2020. Finally was able to get knee surgery in February of 2021. Been doing great, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm having some problems with that same knee. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. But if you know me, my inclination is to be like, but I got to get my miles in, I got to walk, I got to do my thing, and to really push through. And so it's been hard for me to remind myself, like, no, I walked for 30 minutes this morning. That was enough, because at 30 minutes, 32 minutes was when my knee started to be like, hello there. So I am going to have to head back to the doctor, which sucks. But it is so important to listen to your body, to listen to what you need, because I could literally hear in my head, I could hear the voices saying, you know, you need to slow down. You know, you've walked enough. You've done enough. It's okay. Relax. Like, do, you know, and it's true. But, you know, there's that little competitive spirit that I have in myself that's like, well, no, I need to do a little bit more. I can do more. I need to do better than I did yesterday, right? How many of us have that voice in our head that is pushing us forward To what? To what end? I'm not going to start running. My days of running are over. I'm not going to, I'm not looking for a speed record. So what is it that we're pushing ourselves for? And so we really have to ask ourselves that question. It's like, well, what am I trying to, get better for? Hi, buddy. And the answer was, I'm trying to get better for me. And so as long as I'm better today, and I did than I was before I had knee surgery, and that I did the best that I could do today, all done. We're good. And I released all of that, and I said, yay, I did good today. I got all my stuff done, and I stayed in the place of joy and gratitude, and I moved forward and went on with my day. And I'll tell you, it's such a lovely relief to let ourselves off the hook, because, the person that doesn't like to let ourselves off the hook, it's ourselves, right? We're so hard on ourselves. And so I want to remind you again and again and again that this time, this moon cycle with the new moon in Cancer, as the moon and the sun and everything is in Cancer right now. So this is all about self-care, 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 self-care. Be kind to yourself. And one of the best questions that I learned to ask myself was, would I let another person say that to me? That hit me. That was hard, because I have ended friendships because of that question. That question was given to me by the universe, and implanted into a few people who I know I can trust and who I know love me and have my best interest. And more than one of them said to me, that you would not let another person talk to you that way, the way this person was talking to me. And I really had to think about that, and I really had to let go of that person, and I really had to put in that boundary. And I think a lot of times we understand that we may need to do that with other people, and we've talked a lot here in this community about loving them away, but we have not talked about holding those boundaries for ourselves, right? Holding those boundaries. We've talked about the 3 questions. We've talked about loving people away, but reminding ourselves that we have the power to say, would I let someone else treat me the way I am treating myself right now? Because we put those boundaries for the people. We don't put those boundaries for ourselves. Would I let another person treat me the way I am treating myself right now? Right? So, lots of stress in June. Things will improve. And I have to back on Anna. I'm so sorry that you've had unexpected stress in June. A lot of people did. It seemed like it was a lot of people that were in that kind of a cycle. So we will see what things are going to look like in July. We are going to start with our energy of this Oracle of the 7 Energies, and I love this deck, and it's interesting. Look at that. So here we are in our basic chakra, in our root chakra. This is bearing fruit, and this is all about doing the work. I think maybe Anna, this might be for you, of doing the work and getting through and planting the seeds and allowing the harvest to come, right? We do the work, we do in good faith, we do ourselves, we put ourselves out there, we do all the things that we're supposed to do, we get through the unexpected stresses, and then to be able to take that step back and allow now for the universe to do its work, right? We've done all the things. We've planted all the seeds. Last week we talked a lot about the farmers and how the farmers will plant the seeds in this row. They plant corn and they expect to get corn. And that's not how it works for us. So we plant our seeds, we put our intentions in, and then we are not necessarily going to get corn right here. We might get rutabagas right there. We might get something else. But allowing that, as long as we have done the work in good faith and we've put our best intentions and our best energies out into the universe, that when the time of that harvest comes, it is not 90% of the time, 98% of the time, it is not going to be a harvest where you planted. The harvest will be somewhere else. the blessing will be somewhere else. We do our work in good faith. We put ourselves out there. We do the things that we are called to do. We hold our boundaries. We treat people with love and respect and compassion. We spread the light. We keep ourselves rooted and grounded, and we do expect those returns on our investment in our intentions that we've set out into the universe. We've set our intentions. We've put those manifestations out in the universe, and then we expect it to fall in our lap. And it's not going to fall in our lap. You might have to look around the corner to find it. You might be being called around the corner, and you look around the corner and go, oh my goodness, there is that intention. My husband set an intention for our family a few years ago, and 10 months ago he took a job when things were closed up. My husband works in the entertainment industry, and there was just nothing that was going on, and we're very grateful that he also is an energy healer. So his metaphysical business, my metaphysical business, kept us going through all the things at the time that we were shut down here in the United States. And he took a job 10 months ago, and we thought, well, this is a good stopgap. I mean, this is great. I mean, they treat you nice. It's not hard work. It's 1 day a week, and they're paying pretty well for, that. They're not paying what he was making, but, all right, at least it was something. And then come to find out that the week that this job was ending, there was another job in a huge step up, that the guy who had that job had just gone to the big boss and said, I think I need to step back and not have so much responsibility. And the big boss, knowing my husband, was like, hey, I have just the person to put into that big new fancy job. And so my husband has a big new fancy job. And had we turned down the 1 day a week job that really was something that sustained us through all the pandemic, and made life so much easier, we would never have had this huge opportunity. My husband has now this humongous opportunity, and he's so excited, and I'm just so proud of him. But it is so interesting because we never would have seen that coming. But what's interesting is in our conversations of, as we emerge from the shutdown, as we emerge from the pandemic year and a half, what do we want our life to look like? And if you were with me through any of that time, we talked about that a lot. What do you want your life to look like as you go forward, as things continue to open up? I know not every place is open. I know my state is having a huge resurgence because people are stupid. Please get vaccinated. Please, oh please get vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated for whatever, if you have a health reason and it's not the right thing for you to do, please wear a mask and protect yourself and protect those around you. And no secret for anybody that follows me that I think our governor is the worst. However, wherever you are, as you are beginning to return to life in a new kind of a normal, because we can never go back. People are always talking about, oh, we have to go back to normal, back. We're not going back. Nothing goes back. The universe doesn't go back. Time goes forward. The universe goes forward. There is no back. Okay, that saying, you can never go home again. There's no back. There's only forward. We may continue to come around the same cycles over and over again, but only with forward motion. We don't go back. There's no going back. Only Superman in that one movie with Lois Lane, they could spin the world backwards. We don't go back. So what does your new normal want to look like? What does your new life as you start to emerge? And so as we sat down and have this conversation about what did we want this to look like, what did we want our life to look like, everything that we asked for was manifested in this fancy new job that we never, ever, ever would have seen coming. And frankly, if he had been offered this job 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, we probably would have said no. So it's such an interesting thing about how the universe prepares us to receive the thing we asked for, right? Because we planted those seeds probably 5 years ago, way over there. And then we are going to harvest them unexpectedly in the season of their appropriate time, way over here. Oh, thanks, Amy. That's so sweet. Going slower, setting intentions of ease and divine guidance. And that should be it. That should be it. Amy, that is so well said. That we are allowing ourselves, we hopefully are allowing ourselves to move in flow with the universe, to follow where we're being guided by the tides and by the things that are going along. You've heard me talk about the days that I volunteer in the river to protect the manatees. Our poor manatees, they really need it. They've had such a hard year. But I watch people in the big inner tubes, and they float down the water, and they're floating, and they go where the current takes them. And to be honest, the tube rental in the park, they fill the tubes so big that people can hardly get their hands over the big fat inner tubes to like steer themselves anyway. So they're going where the current is sending them. But that's the joy. When we can stop and enjoy the journey, reminding ourselves to enjoy the journey, allow ourselves to enjoy the journey, allow ourselves to float, to be in the flow. That, you know, when this job came along, we were like, well, all right, we'll give that a try, because there was no reason not to. And there was nothing else going on. We said, fine, we'll give that a try. We didn't have any idea where it was going to lead. And then the tide brought him along to exactly the right time. The guy who wanted to step back from his job had literally said to the big boss like a week or two before and said, I need a little kids. I got to, you know, if we're going back out on the road, I need to be home more. This is not the right space for me if we're going to be out on the road. And can you find somebody else? And here he is. I mean, it was all divine timing to help everyone do better. So here's the thing. So this was divine timing, but this wasn't just divine timing for my husband. This wasn't just divine timing for me. This was divine timing for everyone involved. The job he had was ending. They had done all the work that they needed to do over here. This gentleman over here wanted to make a change. Now that this job was going to change and shift over here, he needed to make a change. And so he steps down. My husband steps up. They both are benefited. They both are blessed by that. Perfectly timing. They both listen to the universe. The big boss listened to the universe, who's known my husband for years. And they all are blessed. And everyone rises together. And even though this is just a little tiny example of one company, I think it's so important to understand, because we all rise together. And when we get into this othering and this place of you and me and them and we over here and you over there, we separate ourselves, and we have to remember that we are all one. We are all humanity. We are all souls here having a human experience. We are all connected, like the roots of the tree. I have a garden. Some of you may have heard me talk about my garden before. And so each day I go out and or every other day I'll go out and pick out a carrot. And we've got plentiful carrots. We've got lots of carrots. And I'll go out and pick out a carrot. And I pulled out this carrot that was so big. And it's like, you know, good length for a carrot. You know, homegrown carrots tend to be shorter. So good length and really fat. And he's got all these roots coming off of it. And what happens was his little carrot roots are connected to all the other carrot roots that are around him. They're all connected. We are all connected. We grow together. We are all connected. And so when we allow ourselves to put out to the universe, show me how to move forward in the way that benefits me, my family, and everyone else for the higher good, we bear fruit for all of us. We bear fruit for all of us. So this is a tremendous opportunity for us to say, here are the things that I want and that I need for myself, my family, for our health and happiness and our goodwill, our good energy, for us to be able to move forward in a healthy and positive, light-lifting, light-creating path. How do I do that? Because once we can once we can have our needs met, our personal needs met, our family's needs met, now we start looking at the community. How do we meet the needs in our community? How do we meet the needs in our society, our planet as a whole? And this is what we're watching society. We're watching so many people are either like me, but more people are like, yeah, okay, we've had me, now we need to do we, okay? And so this is so much about planting the seeds for everyone where we can all bear fruit, where we can all rise together. This is so much about rising together. And I love that this is a root chakra card, because this is all about where are we grounded, because once we get our basic needs met, we rise. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of basic needs. Once we get our basic needs met, food, shelter, bills are paid, kids are, safe, we've got a roof over our head and all of that, we move up to higher things. We vibrate higher. And so all of that is where we are right now. We've got our basic needs. We are vibrating higher. Where can we be the light to others? All right, where can we be the light to others? So it is interesting to watch, because I do feel like our society is bearing fruit. We are seeing progress. We are seeing, the dark is always going to be there. We're always going to have the people who are going to want to destroy, and we're always going to have the people who are going to want to lift and save. So we can't have the light without the dark, and that's unfortunate. We just can't be all in the light, because that would be nice, but there will always be the dark. There will always be those people who want to create chaos, but the light continues to grow and continues to grow, and the dark continues to struggle, which is why things get a little more crazy and a little more desperate, and so we have to be careful for violence and extremism and things like that. But there will always be dark. We can't have the light without the reminder of the dark. We would never appreciate the light. We would not value it and cherish it and lift it and project it and share it if we had not had dark to remind us how precious the light is and how much we have to protect it. And so here we have, this is Nike. I think it's Nike. Nike, all about ambition. Nike is our goddess of ambition, and we'll read what it says about her, because I love reading what Colette Baron Reed has said about these goddesses in her book. This is from the Goddess Power Oracle. It's a good deck. And this is Nike. The Greek goddess Nike asks you to be present to the beauty and the richness discovered in your life so far. You have come this distance, so what are your wins? Celebrating them is key right now to enable you to co-create even more. Hello! Hello! You live in a world where you may have felt that you were not allowed to celebrate your victories lest you be cut down for being self-centered. Perhaps you were raised in a family that discouraged you from shining in an authentic way. Being successful at the game of life requires you to refuse the message that you are too much or not enough. Your biggest win is to be yourself, accepting yourself exactly as you are, and releasing the idea that you are flawed in any way, and expressing yourself with authenticity. I love this, because this is all about celebrating your true self, putting yourself out there in your truest form, and allowing your desires, your needs, your manifestations to be planted and to be harvested for the truth of who you are and the truth of what you are desiring from the universe. I love that. I love that. The Just Do It Goddess. Love that. All right, and we are going to finish up, as we always do, with our card from the jumper from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle card. What is the point of putting on the Do Not Disturb on my phone when people can still call me? We have a jumper card, so we'll grab that in a minute. I love this deck, the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Life Oracle card. This is one of my favorite decks I have worked with. It is truly one of my favorites. So if you have not seen this deck, it's definitely something to look at. So our jumper card is, yay, Sisterhood of the Rose. We have seen this before. Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. We have seen this before. This card reminds us that we are not alone. This card reminds us that we have a message to share. This card reminds us to raise our vibration, to stay in the power of the light, to lift ourselves, to allow ourselves to be lifted, and that it's safe for us to shine our light. It's safe for us to ask for more. And it's safe for us to expect more. It's safe for us to raise our vibration and to shine our light bigger so that we can bring others with us along the way. So the next one we've got is Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. It literally just says that. You are not alone. Did I not just say that? I'm pretty sure I just said that. Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I love this because literally the theme of, so I lead a women's group that we meet on the new moon, and as we had our new moon meeting this last Sunday, our whole theme was about healing our ancestral lineage and allowing our healed and well ancestors, not the ones who are still screwed up, but the healed ancestors to come and join us and to stand with us and to help us move forward. And so this is this reminder. I love that this card just came up. because this is the reminder that we are not alone and that it is safe to shine our light. Look at them standing behind us, sitting behind us, and this light that's coming out. We are safe to shine our light. We are safe to ask for more, and we are safe to prioritize our self-care. We are safe. What are some resources to teach us how to raise our vibration? Oh my goodness, I love this question, Amy. I love this question. So one of the things that we do to raise our vibration is to stay in the power of love and gratitude, to take our focus off of the mirror, to take our focus off of the screen, she says as she's on two screens at once, but to take our focus off of that, to get out into nature and to really allow ourselves to see and to appreciate the blessings that are going on around us, to welcome others into our space and into our life with compassion and love instead of judgment or fear or, assuming ill intent. To welcome people, to stay in that place of love and gratitude. So I walk, and my husband is like walking, we're walking, and I'm the one looking at like the person's house because we walk through the neighborhood, and their sprinklers must be broken because there's all this like water and sand on the sidewalk. And I'm looking at the beautiful swirls of different shades of gray of the sand that the water made in the dirt on the sidewalk. And and then I'm like, oh right, I'm supposed to report that to the to the homeowners, because I'm on the homeowners association, how to write down that they must have sprinklers broken. But I'm so busy looking at the beautiful colors and the swirls of the sand. And look at the beautiful birds and look at the trees and how the clouds are. When we can stay in that place of awe and wonder and love and gratitude. Love and gratitude truly are the engines of the universe, because we spend so much of our time, we are so conditioned to stay small, to stay in ourselves, to stay inside, that outside is dangerous, especially with COVID, and strangers are dangerous because you don't know, who are they, what do they want to do, whatever. And we are so conditioned to be small and to, and that, I can't ask for that because, that'll never happen. And so we don't reach for higher because we just assume that we won't have it, that we assume there won't be that return on the investment. We assume our self-worth is not high enough or big enough to warrant a great job or a fantastic relationship, or we say to ourselves, well, it never worked out before, so why should it work out now? And so we assume the low vibration of lack and pity and sorrow and anger and frustration and jealousy and all of these low vibration energies. But when we assume love and possibility and potential, we can shift everything in our world. We can shift everything. Try to assume goodwill, nature and being present. Yep, gratitude and presence. I'm telling you, love and gratitude are the engines of the universe. You want anything in this world, love and gratitude. Gratitude for what we have. Gratitude for the assumption of what you want already being present in your life. Gratitude for believing that it's possible, because when you act as if it already is, you are calling it to you like a beacon. When you act as if it's maybe possible, might someday, one day, then someday, one day, down is where it's going to be. Someday, which is not today. So we stay in gratitude for the things that we have and the way things are, but more we stay in gratitude for the expectation of the things that we want as being realities in our life. So I have the expectation that every person that I talk to on the phone is going to be lovely, and therefore when I call and talk to people, everybody is lovely. When I have the expectation that, oh man, this is going to suck, guess what happens? So having our expectation and our own vibration and our intention to be in the place of love and gratitude makes a humongous difference. So staying in that place, that is truly the engine. Because I have in the other room where I do private readings, I have a child's toy that's something like my kids had when they were kids. It's this magnetic board and on it are all these brightly colored gears, and the gears lock in together, and you have to make them lock the right way so that when this gear turns, it turns this gear, which then turns this gear and turns this gear, and they all, line up and make whatever pattern you want them to make. But the last gear has the bell. And so you hook all the gears so that when this one turns, and this one turns, and this one turns, so that when you get to the end, the bell will ring, or the clickety-click will go clickety-click, or whatever it is supposed to do at the end. So if one gear is out of alignment, then it gets stuck, and it can't move, and you can't ring the bell. But when all of your gears are lined up, you can create and welcome anything. What happens is we get so caught up on that one little thing, like, oh my God, my shoe is too tight, or he didn't call me back, or whatever, some kind of nonsense we say to ourselves. And that one little gear, that little thing that the universe is trying to take out of the way for us anyway, because it's blocking up the works so that these two can come back together and put your gears and get going. But we're so caught up in the, oh my gosh, she didn't call me back, or whatever it is, that we want to hold on to that little gear that's the unimportant one that the universe is trying to evacuate for us, to get rid of it. And so we get stuck. But when we stay in that place of, I trust that everything is going the way it's supposed to go, I trust. So when this big job offer came along, my husband and I had a lot of conversations about it, because I had some fear about it, because it's big, and it's a lot of commitment, and it's a lot of this and a lot of that. And we really sat down and we talked about it, and I said, I can see exactly how the timeline worked to line up perfectly for you to have this opportunity right now. And I can see that there are so many blessings in this. And while I have some trepidation about this, and this, I can see that that you have been led to this moment. And so I'm going to continue to trust that the universe will lead the way for the rest of it, and that all will be well, and it will be smooth. And then come to find out, once he was actually in the job and we got more information, that all the things that had been my concerns, he was like, oh yeah, this is how that's handled. Oh, great. This is how that's handled. And all of the concerns that I had were able to be evaporated, because this was divinely orchestrated, because we had trusted the universe. And so we stay in that place of love and gratitude. It's amazing how our energy can shift when people will be like, oh my God, this crazy random thing just happened. We were at a beach festival on Saturday with my cousin, and I went down to see her. Her boyfriend was running the festival, and as he came and ran into us while we were waiting in line at the food truck, and he's talking to us, and isn't that great? And literally right behind us, the two people that we had been chatting are the only other two people at the entire festival of hundreds of people that had come there to see him. The two people standing in line behind us, out of hundreds of people. They were in line behind us, and he's there, and he's like, hey, hang on a second, I have to say hi to these people. Literally the people we had just been chatting with because we were in line together. Coincidence? Of course not. Of course not. Because your vibration attracts the blessings. When you stay in that place of love and gratitude, your vibration attracts the blessings. So when I look back, and I want to look back at the comments to Anne Iva, and Iva. Okay, so I want to say, for the unexpected stress that you had in June, what is your expectation for July? If you are expecting more, or are you expecting a happy outcome? Are there blessings? Because the thing is that there's blessings in everything, even in the hard stuff. If there's blessings in everything. Here's Toby. He's a blessing. There's blessings in everything. And so if we look at the hard stuff, even the hard stuff, we look at it and we say, what did I learn from this? What is the universe trying to teach me? How am I moving forward from this experience? And I am grateful for the experience, even the shitty stuff. I am grateful for. I may not like it. I may not enjoy it while I'm going through it. Some stuff just sucks. However, I know there's a blessing in it, and I know there's a lesson in it. And so what is it you're trying to teach me? Hey, Ann Sawyer, what are you trying to teach me? And if my expectation is that the universe is just beating the hell out of me, then that's my vibration goes down, and I will attract more of that. But if my expectation is, ooh, that's over, we're back to the joy and the blessings and the light and the high vibration, we are coming into only good stuff right now, then that will be what the universe is. Oh, great, you put your order in for only blessings, you got it. So for Anne to be able to say, this moment is a blessing, Amy is right. So for Anne, what is your expectation for July. Are you expecting it to be wonderful now that June's behind you, or are you expecting more of the same? And that is going to be a huge part of what you create in your own environment. And so I'm sitting here holding this card that I picked however many minutes ago. I'm sitting here holding this card and never even looked at it because it was going to be our last card before we pick individual cards, and it says, align your life. I love the cards. They're so damn smart. What is not aligned or needs to change? I love when they do that. I mean, I'm literally sitting here holding this card and never even bothered to look at it, and it says align your life, what needs to change. So I'm telling you, stay in that place of love and gratitude. Stay in that place of belief in the blessings. Belief in the blessings. Because even when we get in a place where it's like, whew, that sucked. Because crappy stuff is still going to happen. I mean, we're still going to lose loved ones, and there's still going to be scary stuff out there. And, such a good point. Okay, so Anne, are you hoping it will be wonderful, or do you believe it will be wonderful? There is a very big difference. Hoping is like pushing it down the road, like, okay. Believing that it will be wonderful, I believe it will be wonderful. And even if it's hard, even if it's not wonderful, there will be something wonderful to come from it. And I do think it's in God's hands, because for me, there isn't a difference, for me, okay, there isn't a difference between God, source, love, oneness, the universe, creator. It's all one. It's all the same. And so is it in God's hands? Sure. But I'm also in God's hands. I'm also part of that mix. And so if I'm in God's hands going, well, guess what? But if I'm in God's hands saying, yes, lift, love, open my eyes, expand my mind, show me more, bring me blessing, let me be blessing, that's a whole different kettle of fish, right? We don't have to separate out God from the universe. God is the universe. But we are also of the universe, which we are also of God. So let me pull one more card just for Ann Iva, because she asked for that. So interesting. So this is Pillars of Light. Your vibration is rising. You, my friend, see what it says right down here? You are the oracle. That means that you are the creator of your... so I think your typing was just a little bit behind my card pulling. So you are the oracle, Anne. You are the one who can create the change and create and manifest what you want to see happen. You have so much more power than you think. And I think this is one of the things where I really want people to open their eyes, because they feel like, so often people feel like they're powerless. And I want to say to you, you are so powerful. You are not powerless. We are co-creators with God, universe, source, oneness, love. We are, I like a card on the outcome. It's okay to ask. Yes. So we are co-creators. So yes, the universe has our back. Things are in the hands of the universe, but they're in our hands too. We are the co-creators. And so it's so okay for us to ask for more. It is so okay for us to imagine and expect more. We have so much more power than we think. And when we hold our power and we raise that vibration and we stay in that place of love and gratitude and positive expectancy, that is what we get back. So let me say this, because let me look at Chris's comment real quick. Could you tell me what I need to alleviate my anxiety and pain? Meds and therapy are helping, but just not enough. Okay, so here's one of the things, because meditation and breath work comes into mind for Chris. I think meditation, I want to give you a specific meditation, but you and I can talk about that. But here's what I want to say is, for Anne especially, and Amy, let me be a blessing. Yes, absolutely, yes. So very, very quickly, if you're not familiar with the ritual of the 2 cups, I want to share that, because I'm being given that for Anne and also for Chris. So you have these 2 cups there. I'm going to say this so super fast, because you can see some of the other videos that we've talked about this in the past. Just get some plastic cups that you can write on, or paper cups and a Sharpie. And on one cup, you're going to write the way things are that you're not happy with, like I am having anxiety and I had unexpected expenses and, whatever. And on the other cup, you're going to write the way things you want them to be. I have no anxiety. I live my life in peace and blessing and gratitude gratitude, and I have more than enough money to take care of all of my family's needs. Okay, something to that effect. You don't have to write a book, just write what the reality that is negative, and then the reality that is positive, overflowing with blessings. And then you're going to take some, yes, buddy? You're going to take some amount of water, just a small amount of water. You're going to put it in the negative cup. You're going to hold that cup in both hands, because I believe we are the circuit and you need to complete that circuit. And you hold that cup in your hand and you read what you wrote on that cup, the rotten stuff that you wrote. And then you hold that and you're going to this is the hard part, and you let yourself feel the rotten. Oh, God, that sucks. I hate that. Oh. Just let yourself sink in it for a minute, just feel the, and then you're going to take the water and you're going to pour it into the good cup, and you're going to read the good cup, and you're going to hold that in your hands, and you're going to read the good cup, and you're going to sink that in. Yes, the blessing, the love, the possibility, the abundance, the love, the gratitude. Yes, I feel all these wonderful things. Yes, sink that in. Let that fill you up. And then drink the water. Drink the water. And then you're going to take the negative cup and put it inside the positive cup, and you're going to put that positive cup where you can see it. And you release it to the universe, God, source, creator, love, light, whatever you want to call. And you say, I have set my intention, and I believe with every fiber of my being, because I drank the water, that the universe has my back, and the universe is conspiring with me, not against me, with me, to create what I have put onto my positive cup. I believe that the universe is working with me to bring forward the things that I have asked for on my positive cup. And I am released from worry. I am released from doubt. I am released from all of those things. It's like planting my carrots. I plant the seeds for my carrots, and I'm not down there digging up the bottom to see, did the carrot, did it sprout? Did it get roots? Leave it alone. Trust that it's doing its job. Trust that it's doing what it was called and created to do. When we stay in that place of alignment, we align ourselves up with what we came here to do, who we came here to be. And that is a very powerful place to be. I was called to pull one more card, and so this is Mintankin, and this is about belonging and remembering that we are part of the light bringers. We are part of the light bringers. This time when there was just the souls and the spiritual beings above the earth, before humanity came into being, where it was just the higher, it was just the spirits, that we are part of that, that we came here down from the spirits into human form as a soul, as a spiritual being, having a human experience to experience something more. What will you allow yourself to experience? Raise the bar. Raise the bar. You have so much ability to manifest so much more than you think. Raise the bar. Remember that this moon cycle is all about self-care. It's about love. And it's about raising the bar. Raising the bar. Ask for more. Don't ask for what you think you deserve. Ask for your dreams. Ask for all of it. And it's not like genie in a bottle. Poof! Okay? But start those gears turning to bring forward the blessings and the abundance that you so totally deserve. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I love all your comments. They're so beautiful and so thoughtful. I love spending time with you. I want to say thank you. Chris, I'm going to contact you privately we're going to talk about some meditation for you. I can do that because she and I go way back. And I want to say thank you so much for being here, for spending some time with me today. Look for us again right back here on Wednesday evening for meditation, 7 o'clock Eastern. And thank you so much for spending time with us today. And just please know how so deeply and truly you are loved.